Dear students, I'm Mrs. Pratibha. So today I'm going to teach you the subject mathematics. So under this chapter subject map today we are learning the topic integers. So the concept that included in integers, yes, obviously you will know what are integers. So how to represent it on the number line, and in daily life where do we see these integers, and we will learn about ordering of integers. So these are the concepts let us learn in this session. So before that, let us start with the concept integers. So before learning about integers, so integers is also a set of numbers. So what are the other set of numbers that we have learned in our earlier classes? Yes, the numbers are the countable numbers. So what are these? Yes, we learned about 1, 2, 3, right? All these numbers we learned in our previous classes. So what are these 1, 2, 3 are called? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. So these numbers are called as natural numbers. So we have learned about natural numbers. So set of all countable numbers that are starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So etc. I have written randomly some numbers. So these are called the natural numbers. So how does it represented? It is represented by denoted by the letter n. So after natural number, which is the other set of numbers that we have learned in our earlier classes? Yes, the other set of numbers that we have learned in our lower classes is that the whole number. To this natural number set, if we add one more number, which is that number, if you 0 at the starting, so that number is called that number along with 1, 2, 3. So that number forms a whole number set. So what are whole numbers? Whole numbers are the numbers that starts from 0, 1, 2, 3. So these. Okay, so the numbers, whole numbers are the numbers, so the collection of numbers along with natural numbers along with the zeros. So the other way of defining a whole number. So you can define this collection of all natural number along with the number 0. You can define it as a whole number. So here I've randomly written 0 and a natural number together forms a whole number. And how does it represent it? It is represented by the letter W. So after learning about the natural number, learning about the whole number, there is a new concept, the new set of numbers. So along with these 0 and the positive number and the negative numbers, we have some negative numbers also. So that numbers along with the 0, positive numbers and the negative numbers together form integers. So all collection of all positive and negative numbers along with 0, they call the integers. Okay, so integers are a negative number, 0 and natural number, 0 and natural number, or whole number with the negative number. I can define in that way also, whole number and a negative number. So whole number has 0. It has natural number. So whole number with this negative number can also form a collection, form a integer set, or integers can be defined as a positive or negative and along with the 0. So it is denoted by the Z letter Z. Z means Zillion, which means to count. Okay, so this is about integers. So what are integers? Integers are collection of all positive and the negative numbers along with the 0. So okay, this we have studied, now we know the definition. But in daily life, where do we see these integers? Yes, where do we see these integers in daily life? So in our daily life, so yes, so we have come across when we get fever, so that there is a thermometer which measures, and or when we go in a lift. Okay, when you go by a lift, so you'll be going to ground floor. Ground floor, how is it represented there? -1, -2. Instead of saying 2G, 1G and all, they will say it is -1, -0, -1, -2. Or sometimes if you go to a hill stations, what will be the temperature? -2 degrees Celsius, -1 degree Celsius. Very cold there. So there also we see that temperature is negative. Yes, so these are the places where in our daily life where we use this integers. So we are using integers in our daily life, but we never say that, okay, I'm using integer here. No, when you go to the lift, you don't say press that integer -2 or see that temperature is integer -3. Nothing. You are not going to say it. That's how it is denoted. It is just these are all the integers. So You can see the temperature, thermometers, so all those things, the lift. Okay, so these are about in daily life where we see. So in other form, how do we use integers? We will study further. Okay, so this is in our daily life and we know what are integers. So we'll go to the next concept, how to represent it on the number line. So like all the other numbers, like natural numbers, whole numbers, here we represent integers are also on the number line. So how to represent integers on the number line? So this is how we represent integers on the number line. 0 at the center, then to the right hand side positive numbers, and to the left of the 0 they will have a negative numbers. So this is how we represent. So you know to represent whole numbers on the number line. Same thing, you write the whole numbers, but before 0 you write all the negative numbers. That is from starting from -1, -2, -3, -4 in that way. Okay, so on the number line, so there is something interesting thing in the number line. Value of integer decreases as we move towards the left. So on the number line, if you take a usual whole number line, as you move from 0 to the right, what happens? You get 1, 2, 3. So as you move on to the right, the value of the number increases. And when you talk about the integers, and obviously when you move to the left, 3, 2, 1, 0. So the value decreases. The same thing, same concept, but we are talking about the integers, because integers, as we move on to the left, value decreases. But we write in the reverse order, right? We write -1, -1, -2, -3. So as we move towards the left, the value of integer decreases. So when you talk about 2 and 3, or 2 and 10, which is greater? Obviously 2 is less and 10 is the greater one. So because 10 is at the right side. So right side value number, if you're comparing two number, which comes to the right of the number in the number line, that will be the greatest. Now for example, if I take -2 and -10, so let's see here -2, here we have -2 and here we have -10. So if we take -2 and -10 here, -2 and -10, you see that -2 is right of -10. So which will be the greater? Yes, obviously -2. So whenever you are going to compare the two integers, you should always think about a number line. Okay, that gives you a clear picture. Where does it lie? So in case if you get confused, if -20 and -30 is here, which one is greater? We know that 20 is less than 30, but in -20 it is exactly the opposite. Negative integer is exactly opposite of the positive integer comparison. Okay, so this is how it is. So value of integers increases as we move towards the right. Next. So greatest negative integer. So on the number line, when you have seen the number line. So on the number line, which is the greatest integer? Yes, on the number line, which is the greatest integer? So on the number line, which is the greatest integer is 0. Which is the smallest integer? Yes, so on the number line, which is the greatest positive integer, and I cannot say integers, but on the number line, which is the greatest positive integer? Okay, we cannot define on which is the great, but which is the smallest positive integer? Yes, 1 is the smallest positive integer when we talk about. So 1 is the smallest positive integer. Which is the greatest negative integer? Yes, -1 is the greatest negative integer. Do we have a smallest negative integer? Don't know, because it continues from here. You can see up to 10 -10 minus number line. It continues to the left. So greatest negative integer is -1. Greatest smallest positive integer is 1. Okay, so this is about. So greatest negative integer is yes, you can see there the greatest negative integer is -1, smallest positive integer is 1, and 0 is neither positive nor negative. So these are the concepts. Okay. Next we are going to learn about the successor and predecessors. What are successors and what are predecessors? You all learned about successor and predecessors of whole numbers. So same thing here. So successor means you add 1. Predecessor means you subtract. I means the successor for a number, successor is the number which is immediate right. Predecessor is the number immediate left. Got it? So that is about the successor. Same thing for integers also, we have successor and predecessor. For example, if I talk about -3, what is the successor of -3? Successor means immediate right, which is that -2. So -2 is the successor, and -2 is the successor of -3, and -4 is the predecessor of -3. So this is how it goes. So always it is immediate right number is the successor, immediate left number is the predecessor. So for a given number, a number immediate right to the given number is its successor, a number immediate left to the given number is its predecessor. So if I talk about the number 1, what is the successor of 1? It's 2. Predecessor is 0. What is successor of 0? It is successor of integer 0. It is, if I talk about whole number 0, we don't have predecessor. It has only successor. So integer 0, I'm talking about number integer. So we are talking about integer number. Successor is 1, predecessor is -1. -1 is 0, successor, predecessor is -2, it's left. -35, if I talk about -30, immediate right is -34, immediate left is -36. So that is the predecessor. Okay, that's it. Now, right, it's the ordering of it, writing the numbers in ascending or descending order. So you all know how to write the numbers in ascending or not descending order. So to write the integer in ascending or descending order, we need to think about the concept of integers on the number line. What happens to the integers that as we move towards on the number line, as we move towards the left and as we move towards the right? What happens? What happens to the value of integers? Those concepts we should learn. We should recall while doing the successor of integers. Now the example is 23, 0, -46, 465, -243, 709. So these are the numbers given. Now out of these numbers, we have to arrange this in ascending. Ascending means what? We have arranged in the increasing order. Increasing order. So out of this, which is the first one? First, it's the smallest one. So which is the smallest one here? Yes. -465 is the smallest one, because the negative numbers are the smallest one. We know in integer number line, negative numbers are the smallest. So you select the negative number. So which are those? -46 and 465 and -243. So out of these two, which is the smallest? Yes, this is the smallest. Why? Because it comes immediate left, not immediate. It is left of -243 on the number line. So -46, the smallest. The next biggest is -243. Then comes 0. Then you know how to write with the positive number. Similarly, descending order also, if you are doing the same thing. First you write the largest number. So which is that, here the positive numbers are given. So largest is 67, then 56, then 47. Then comes out of the two negative numbers, which is the next largest, is -19. Next comes the smallest is the -75. So this is how we learn order the integers. So in this section, you have learned what are integers. Integers are the numbers which are a set of numbers having positive and negative numbers along with the 0. So we know how to represent integers. To represent integer is similar to representing whole numbers on the number line, but only extra thing is that after 0, we had positive number. So here in the integer number line, after 0, before 0, you will be having negative 0 numbers. Before 0, you will have negative number. After 0, you will have positive number. That's how we represent integers. Then you know how to represent it. To find out whether which number is greater, which integer is greater and lesser. That means as you move towards the left on the number line of integer number line, the value decreases. As we move towards the right on the integer number line, the value increases. So left decreases, right increases. So based on that, we can compare the integers. So this is again 2 or 5, which is greater? Obviously 5 is greater. 3 or -3, obviously 3 is greater because it's positive. Always positive numbers are greater than the negative number. -1 not. So in case if you're comparing two negative numbers, you have to take care of that. which comes to the right of the given number. So minus 108 comes to the right of minus 111. So minus 108. So this is what is the basic concept of integers. So that's for today's session. So in next session we will learn how to add integers to integers, how to subtract integers, that is using number line and using the basic rules of addition of integers and the subtraction of integers. Okay, that's all for today's session, and thank you.